In today's news, we will bring in the Vice President of RHA to the studio, who will give us the inside scoop on this year's Mr. Canisius event. Also, Griffin TV reporters Audrey Mariaker and Stephanie Aponte sat down with some medical personnel on campus, and they will let us know how to stay healthy this winter season. Later in the show, we will take a look at a few questions you, our audience, sent in to be answered by yours truly. And as always, we will keep you updated on what happened in sports this past week, and we'll let you in on some upcoming events here on campus. This is Griffin TV. Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning into Griffin TV, your #1 source for news, campus events, and sports happening here at Canisius. I'm Rachel Ferschbach. Today I am joined with RHA Vice President Caressa Truman. Hi Caressa.
Hi Rachel.
So how are you today?
I'm great, how are you?
So I understand that tomorrow is the last day for signing up for Mr. Canisius, correct?
That is correct. Applications are due at 11:59 tomorrow night.
So what is the process for those who want to sign up?
Well, first you have to go online to the portal page and apply for Mr. Canisius. It's very easy. There's a link right on the page. It's simple questions, your name, your grade level, and why you're interested in being Mr. Canisius. After that, we're going to be doing an interview process, which is going to be very simple, just a few questions to get to know our candidates better. And then we will select anywhere from about 7 to 10 lucky gentlemen who will be in the running for Mr. Canisius this year.
That sounds great. So for freshmen who are just coming into Canisius and they have no idea what Mr. Canisius is all about, can you just describe what the show is like and what the contestants have to go through for becoming Mr. Canisius, hopefully?
Sure. Well, this year we have 2 new vice presidents of RHA. So Kristen Warner and myself are completely revamping the Mr. Canisius event. We, of course, it is our typical male beauty pageant, so it's like a spoof on the female beauty pageants. We have the guys do things like nightwear, so they come in like their pajamas. We do a talent section where they can sing, they can dance, they can juggle, they can mime, whatever their talent is, we encourage them to express that. One of the Canisius traditions is we do pickup lines. So we have someone from the audience picked and the gentlemen present pickup lines to them. And then other than that, we're really being very organic this year and open for different suggestions on how to improve Mr. Canisius.
Well, that sounds wonderful. I can't wait for the show. So going into the RHA dinner, Thanksgiving dinner that you guys have, it's tomorrow night, correct?
Correct.
So what will take place at this Thanksgiving dinner? Who is it open for? Like, who can attend?
Well, it's open to all Canisius students and faculty, so freshmen to senior, you're always welcome to come. It's in the dining hall from about 5 o'clock until 7 o'clock, 7:30-ish. We will be serving your typical Thanksgiving dinner, so turkey, stuffing, gravy, mashed potatoes, even pumpkin-flavored desserts. So that's going to be really delicious. I know I love my pumpkin and I love turkey, so it's going to be really exciting. We also are having a variety of raffles, so you can be entered to win things like tickets to Sabres games, a 6-month membership to Netflix, so all the students that don't have that definitely get interested in that. And then you're also entered into the Diversity Week drawing, because it's part of Diversity Week this year.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to have RHA members serve you food. You're going to have the president serving food. The president of the school is going to be there, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us here at Griffin TV, Caressa.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I am now going to turn it over to Griffin TV reporters Audrey Mariaker and Stephanie Aponte, who have the latest in health and wellness.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Aponte reporting for Griffin TV, Channel 4 News. With so many students getting sick these past few months, I decided to talk to the health center to find out more on how to stay happy and healthy during this year's cold and flu season. I'm here with the director of the Student Health Center here at Canisius College, where the Student Health Center is located in the tunnels near Bosch Hall and Frisch Hall.
My name is Pat Crayon. I'm the director of the Student Health Center, and I've been here for 20-some years. I am a nurse practitioner and a certified college health nurse.
Very good. And just to begin, can we just talk a little bit about the cold and flu season here at Canisius, but more specifically, when students come in for appointments, what can they expect? How can they get help here at the health center? And what do you see during this time of the year?
Okay. I'd like the students to all become familiar with our My Canisius health page, which is a link off of the student portal page. We like students to schedule their appointment using the portal. It's available to them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if they wake up and they feel sick and they want to make an appointment at 2 o'clock in the morning, they can get the first 8:30 spot the next day. So that's a really great tool for students to have.
And can you talk to us a little bit more about the cold and the flu season here at Canisius and what you guys as nurses and doctors and you as the director experienced during this time where most people seem to be getting sick?
Mm-hmm. Cold and flu seasons have sort of, they overlap a little bit. We start to see colds in September as soon as we all come in from the summer and we're all huddled together. We start to see colds. And cold symptoms usually are much milder than flu. They present with sometimes a scratchy throat, they're a gradual onset, little stuffy nose, might have a temp of about 99, some chills, some achiness, but it's a more gradual onset, not as severe. Flu symptoms hit you like you've been hit by a truck. You're going along and all of a sudden you're just sick and you've got chills and body aches, sore throat, cough, usually a fever of 100 or higher. So you feel very sick very quickly. We typically see flu starting in January, and it usually goes January to March. Although we did have flu as early as October when the H1N1 influenza pandemic was occurring, and we had it as late as May. So we pretty much mirror what's happening in Erie County and in New York State.
And as far as any other comments about the sickness with students?
I would say what I would like to tell students about is the importance of flu vaccination. We do surveys here on campus. In 2012, we found that 51% of our students had identified that they had had a cold or flu in that year. 15% of them received a lower grade in a class as a result of being sick with a cold or flu. So it's really incumbent upon our students to do all that they can to stay as healthy as possible during our cold and flu season for their own academic success. So flu shots, that's the best thing we can do, is to get the shots. Sometimes people still get the case of the flu after a shot, but in most cases it's a milder form, so it doesn't hit you as hard or as long.
Yes.
So I think that's important for students to be aware of.
I'm here with Dr. Severson, the medical director at the health center here at Canisius, and we're just going to talk a little bit about the cold and flu season and how students are reacting to it. So, doctor, what can you tell us about ways that students can prevent getting sick or ways that they can stay healthy here?
The biggest thing that students can do here is to take care of themselves. Good sleep, good nutrition are the key, and once the viruses are circulating, you need to pay attention to personal hygiene, hand washing, covering your mouth when you are coughing, and sort of carrying your hand sanitizer with you between classes. You're in lots of different environments where you're going to come in contact with germs. And the biggest thing is if students are heading home for Thanksgiving break and you haven't had your flu vaccine, get your flu vaccination. You want to stay well during the season, and that's an easy thing that can help not only you, but the general public around campus to stay well.
There you have it, Canisius. I'm Stephanie Aponte, reporting for Griffin TV, Channel 4 News. Back to you, Rachel.
Thanks, ladies. Canisius student Brianna Blank created an animated film titled Contingency. That was one of the 50 films out of 127 nominated for awards for the Buffalo Dreams Fantastic Film Festival. This year, her film won Best Animated Short. This is her second film festival for this particular short film and her sixth film festival so far. She holds a previous track record of winning the following awards: Best Director 3 years in a row at Hamburg Burger Fest Film Festival, People's Choice, and Best Actress twice. Here's her animated short, Contingency.
Blue, look at the fireworks.
I'm gonna go find Red.
Blue.
I have to say, that was quite the animated short. Congratulations, Brianna, and good luck in your future endeavors. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned. When we come back, we'll take a look at what is happening with sports this past week.
That's right, Rachel. I have the latest on all your Golden Griffins. Stay tuned after this commercial break.
If you can sit with me, imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now. No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. Plant seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Welcome back. Let's get you guys all caught up with your Golden Griffin sports teams and the latest Golden Griffin TV sports update. Let's start with volleyball, who ended their season at home splitting the games with 1 win and 1 loss. In the first game on November 16th, the Griffs spiked Quinnipiac in 3 sets to 1. That game featured a great game by sophomore Rachel Klein, who had 11 kills, and senior Emily Ellick, who provided 9 kills in the game. In their final game of the season, despite their best efforts, they fell to Fairfield, 3 sets to 1. The contest showed a good game from sophomore Lauren Schibert, who got 13 kills, and freshman Caitlin Tyler, who made 11 kills. This game marked the last one for seniors Cindy Palka, Jessica Warner, Roxanne Hernandez, and Emily Ellick. On behalf of everyone here on Griffin TV, we would like to say congrats to the seniors on their 4 years and to the team on a very hard-fought season. Now let's go on to the ice with hockey, as they had to be in somewhat of a doubleheader in Columbus with Ohio State this past weekend. On Friday, November 15th, the Griffs were unable to score as they were shut out by Ohio State 3-0. The junior goalie Keegan Munson had 31 saves in the contest. Their next face-off against Ohio State on Saturday, November 16th was a bit better, but not much, as the team continued to slide in the losing column, 1-3. The lone goal was scored by junior forward Mitch McCrank, his first of the season, who was assisted by sophomore forward Stephen Miller. Coming up for the Hockey Griffs is a game against RIT tonight in Buffalo State Sports Arena at 7:05 p.m. This would be their only game of the week. Now moving on from the ice and onto the court, men's and women's basketball had a couple of games this past week. Starting off with the women's side, they were on the road against Michigan State on Thursday, November 14th. They lost the contest 103-54. The leading scorers of the game were senior Jen Morabito and sophomore Emily Weber, who tied with 12 points and were followed by freshman Lauren DeHolt, who had 11. In their next game on the road, they turned it around against Oakland, winning 62-57. Leading the charge for the Griffs were seniors Jen Morabito, who had 16 points, and Jamie Rattle, who also had 13. Coming up for them is a game tonight in Vistell, New York at 7 p.m. Then they come back at home to take on Akron on Friday, November 22nd. There will be a pre-game party at Palo Santo at 5:30 p.m. They have food and entertainment, so come out and support your Griffs. For the men's side of basketball, things aren't looking so good for them as they lost to their rival St. Bonaventure 86-64 in Olean, New York on Saturday, November 16th. The bright spots of that contest came from seniors Billy Barron, who got 23 points and 4 assists, and Christopher Perez, who got 13 points and 2 rebounds. Yesterday, the Griffs played their first game in the 2013 NIT season tip-off against Rutgers in Piscataway, New Jersey. The Griffs couldn't find a way to break away as they lost the game 66-51. Senior Billy Barron led the team with 17 points and 6 rebounds, which was followed by seniors Jordan Heath and Chris Manhertz, who had both 7 points. The key stat line in that game was the Griffs getting out-rebounded by the Rutgers 50-37. Next for the team is another game in the NIT season tip-off as they face Elon earlier today in Piscataway, New Jersey. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the final score in time for our broadcast. In other sports news, on Friday, November 15th, cross country competed in the NCAA Northeast Regionals in Bronx, New York, where the men's side placed 16th with a total of 454 points, and the women's side was in 27th place with a score of 791 points. Swimming and diving had a meet against St. Bonaventure on Saturday, November 16th in Olean, New York. For the men, they won their meet 129-112, and as for the women, they didn't have the same luck as they lost 94-149. Well, that's all we have for you today. Be sure to turn into #GriffSports on Thursday night for more in-depth coverage of your favorite Golden Griffin sports teams. Also, be sure to find us, like us, follow us, and watch us on our website, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We are going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we will answer your questions in another Ask Rachel segment. But this time, it would be a little twist. You don't want to miss it. Stay golden, Canisius.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Wasn't looking. Okay, one.
We're filming. We're filming.
We are.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Every week we take a few questions asked by our viewers, and I answer them on the show. This is Ask Rachel segment.
Intro video.
Today, we are going to switch things up a little. Joining me is Griffin TV President and Executive Producer David Goodwin to help give a guy's perspective as well as my own. Hi, David.
Hi, Rachel.
Okay, so we're going to start off with our 3 questions that we have from our students. So the first reads, Rachel, I'm really stressed about finals. I'm a freshman, so I don't know what finals week is like. Can you describe it a little bit and give me some advice so I don't fail all my exams? Okay, so David, since I always am answering these questions, I'm going to let you answer this one first, and then I'll give my thoughts afterwards.
Well, I think you do a great job answering the questions, but it's good to get another opinion on some of the questions that we get. So yeah, finals week is really tough. If you haven't experienced it, it is pretty difficult. It's like a bunch of finals being thrown at you at once, and not even finals, papers, projects. Sometimes they're due in that week. And it's what really separates the men from the boys and the women from the girls. But don't worry about it. You'll make it through. You probably won't sleep much. You might overdose on caffeine a little bit. And you might threaten to drop out of school at least like 3 times a day.
I have.
But just stay calm, and start studying now if that's possible. Everything's really about time management in college, and I think that's really what's most important.
I agree. Time management is big thing, especially in college. You should always make a schedule, organize yourself throughout it, because as long as you stay organized, you're going to relieve your stress and you won't be as stressed out about everything that you're doing. Agreed?
I do agree with that. That's a good point.
Okay. We're going to turn it over to our second question. This question is from a concerned student. She asks, Rachel, I just broke up with my boyfriend. It's super awkward around us. We're in a class together, so I see him 3 times a week. What's even worse is our professor assigned us to work on a project together. What do you think I should do? I don't think I'll be able to work with him without our grades suffering. My tip would be if the situation is extremely bad, try to talk to your teacher and change partners. If it's not, then I think you're just going to have to talk to your ex and come to a conclusion and put your differences aside and work on the project in order so your grade doesn't suffer. What about you, David?
I'm going to disagree a little bit. You make a good point, but I feel like this girl is being a little bit dramatic here. I mean, you got to grow up and get over it. You dated. I mean, I'm sure it was wonderful, but it's over now, and you just got to work past that. And if it's just one project, you can kind of power through it. You probably only have to meet once or twice, and then you have to present it. I mean, it's manageable. And this is a valuable life lesson, I think. I mean, you're not always going to be able to avoid your exes for the rest of your life. You got to learn how to deal with it. You got to learn how to deal with them seeing them. And so, what? I think you should try to work through it. It's not going to be that bad. And, if it really is that big of a deal, like you said, talk to the professor, try to work something out. But, I think you're being a little dramatic. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, like we said before, I disagree as well. But she did say that she broke up with him, so maybe you don't know, maybe it was a bad breakup. Maybe he's really angry, holding a grudge, and he could purposely do something to make her grade suffer, and maybe he just doesn't care. But again, we both don't know.
Yeah,
so.
You're right. We don't know the situation, but you're right. Yeah, you're right. We don't know, and I think maybe she should get over it. But you're right. He could be trying to sabotage the grade or something. I don't know.
Well, so maybe you should just talk to your professor and see if you can get your partner changed.
Good point. Yes.
We're agreeing on that. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at some. Okay.
I think we're going to take a look at some upcoming events happening. I think that's what's happening next.
Okay. So Our upcoming events on campus, our first one is the Teachers Education Club will be holding a Pinterest party. At this meeting, members will be able to bring their favorite teacher ideas, lesson plans, or Pinterest ideas to share with the group. Members will be able to try out their idea on the club or just share the finished product. It will take place on Thursday, November 21st from 7:30 to 9 p.m. on the second floor of the Student Center. David, why don't you take the next one?
I will. You can save 3 lives today by donating blood. Did you know that? Or twice as many, 6 lives by doing a double blood red donation. You can just go to Penfold Commons in Palisano Pavilion from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Thursday, November 21st to donate. And you know what? Not only do you save someone's life, you can get a free t-shirt.
I always love getting free t-shirts.
Right, me too.
Our last event, upcoming event is a crafting with the French Club. They will be making barrettes and discussing cultural stereotypes. Free food will be available, and the event is held in Old Main, room 224 on Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's all we have for you today. Make sure to check us out on griffintv.net. We air a new show on Channel 4 every Tuesday at 7 p.m. We're off next week for Thanksgiving break, but make sure to tune in 2 weeks from now. We will be having a very special guest anchoring our show. You won't want to miss it. From all of us here at Canisius, Channel 4, have a great week, Canisius.